This is a TV 19 Plus News special report. On January 3rd, Audubon Park held its reorganization meeting. Following are the highlights of that meeting.
Call meeting to order. At this time, we will read the general election results from November 2nd, 2010. Democrat Larry Pennock for mayor, 262. Republican, no nomination made. Dennis Dalengowski, council, 232. No nomination made for Republican. Gloria Jones, council, 228. No nomination made for Republican. At this time, I'd like to have the oath of office of newly elected officials. At this time, I would like Lawrence Pennock as mayor, administered by Mayor Randall T.
And repeat after me. I, Larry Pennock,
I, Lawrence Edward Pennock,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of mayor
perform all the duties of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
At this time, I'd like Councilman Dennis Dalengowski and Councilwoman Gloria Jones to be administered the oath by Joseph Marazzo.
Please raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Dennis
Gloria
Dalengowski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all of the duties
perform all of the duties
of the office of councilperson
of the office of councilperson
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
At this point, I'd like to open the floor to the members of council to for the nomination of president of council.
I nominate. Sorry,
Let the name Charles Beeman.
I second that.
Are there any other nominations? Motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Dawn, can I have a roll call, please, for president of council?
Mr. Beeman? Mr. Dalengowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Paston?
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to ask Joe Marazzo to swear in council president-elect Beeman.
Charles, please raise your right hand. I, Charles Beeman,
I, Charles Beeman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
I will support
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people.
that I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of president of council
of the office of President of Council
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
This time, I'd like to ask council to approve Resolution 2011-2, resolution of mayor's appointments for 2011.
So moved.
Municipal clerk for 3 years, Dawn Pennock. Treasurer, Deborah Stosley. Deputy Treasurer, Dawn Pennock. Deputy Clerk, Deborah Stosley. Deputy Tax Collector, Dawn Pennock. Chief Financial Officer, Dawn Thompson. Librarians, Kate Sullivan, Jean Turner. Senior Citizen/Activities Coordinator, Kate Sullivan. Registrar, Dawn Pennock, and Deputy Registrar, Andrea Penny.
Move to approve.
Second.
On the question, Dawn, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
This time, I'd like to ask council to approve Resolution 2011-3, resolution of mayor's directors for 2011.
Move to approve.
Second.
On the question, Dawn, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
This time, I'd like to ask council to approve 2011-4 resolution authorizing agreement for professional services for the Borough of Audubon Park, whereas there is a need to appoint various professionals to serve the needs of the borough and its residents, and whereas funds are available for this purpose in the 2011 temporary budget and will be provided for in the 2011 permanent budget, and whereas the local public contracts law allows for the award of contracts for professional services without competitive bids, such as awards must be publicly advertised. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Audubon Park, County of Camden, and the state of New Jersey as follows. 1. Mayor and council hereby authorized and directed to execute agreements with the following professionals as indicated for the 2011 year commencing January 1st, 2011 and ending December 31st, 2011. Stuart Platt, Marazzo and Platt, Borough Solicitor. Joe Hoffman, Borough Bowman and Company, Municipal Auditor, and Frank Sini, Remington and Vernick, Borough Engineer.
Move to approve.
Second.
That's okay. Second.
Yes.
On the question? Dawn, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
2011-5, Resolution of Cash Management Plan. Can I motion to accept?
Make motion.
Second.
On the question? Dawn, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
2011-6, resolutions for the 2011 open days, designated newspapers, official bank, signatories, and open public meetings and act information. Motion to accept.
Make motion.
Second.
On the question? Dawn, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
2011-7, resolution appointing a risk manager for 2011. Motion?
Second.
Got a second?
I'm sorry.
Second.
On the question? Dawn, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
2011-8, resolution establishing the temporary budget for 2011.
Move to approve.
Second.
On the question? All those in favor? Roll call, please, Dawn. I jumped the gun. Roll call,
Mr.
Dawn.
Beaman?
Yes.
Mr. Delegowski?
Yes.
Ms. Hook?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Before we continue and we swear everyone in at this time, I'd like to acknowledge the appointment by council of our fire marshal, Mrs. Kim Young, as well as Kate Sullivan, who's in the audience with us as well. I'd like to ask everyone who is representing a company that we've appointed or one of the employees, step to the front and be sworn in by Joe Marazzo.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I,
Frank Sini.
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of my office
perform all the duties of my office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Congratulations.
At this point in the meeting, before we adjourn, I just want to take a second and personally thank everyone who volunteers their time and works for the Borough of Audubon Park. We are a small community, and we appreciate everything that we do with the people here, and it's just a great pleasure to serve the people here. I'm honored by the attendance of some of our firemen, our policemen, by my good friend Mayor Randy Teague, and the other people who have taken the time. So at this point, I'd like to ask council to take a 10-minute recess before we take care of our regular
Move the
business.
recess.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.